What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and the God of War Ragnarok saga continues. So I actually had already made this video. I included some stuff, but I didn't include all of it. There's been more stuff that's happened throughout today. So let's get to the newer stuff first. And it's a rumor that God of War Ragnarok has been delayed into 2023. And this actually comes from the Game Reactor Spain, and they cite various European sources. Now, that is vague, and of course you're going based off of believability. Are they believable? Are they to be trusted? Have they gotten things right or wrong before? Completely, by the way, up to you whether or not you want to believe this, but that is what's happened. Game Reactor posted an article. You have to translate it, or at least I had to translate it, and they say, you know, Kratos' journey or whatever has been pushed to 2023, and it's because various European sources had told them that throughout the last couple days or in today. All right, so that's new, and that's shocking, and of course, I mean, not necessarily all that great, but there was also something else today that happened earlier in the morning that may indicate a delay, but doesn't have to. Now, when you combine the stories, it becomes worse. But on its own, it's not that bad, but then when you combine it, it's pretty bad. We've talked about PlayStation game size before. They were the originators of September 30th. Remember back in the PlayStation database, it said September 30th, and people weren't sure whether it was a placeholder or not, and then it kind of became somewhat likely that it was the actual date. Well, it's been changed. So you can look at the tweet. God of War Ragnarok release date changed from September 30th to December 31st, which is a placeholder, and that's the new tweet. So, you know, again, behind the scenes story, I already had made this video, and that's what I talked about, this specific thing. But now because of the Game Reactor thing, I mean, look, to be frank, okay, when you combine these two stories, it's not hard to believe the game was delayed. I mean, that's it. There's no. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it, or I'm not gonna BS you guys. That's what it seems to be. It doesn't have to be. I mean, of course, you could delay it from, like, again, it's all back-end stuff, the September 30th to now December 31st. There really could just be delaying it from one end of a quarter to the next end of a quarter. And the game can come out anytime in between. They could announce the date tomorrow still, right? And it could happen. But, you know, the longer this goes, and if it's not at Summer Game Fest, and if this is more true, that it's delayed till 2023, I mean, remember my initial thought, and I've said this before, but remember my initial thought with the Summer Game Fest was I wasn't sure if Sony would give it to them in terms of, like, doing a trailer, doing a release date. Part of the reason was that, or I guess part of the reason why I came around to the idea was that if the game does come out in September, it makes sense to announce it now. I would say you need about, I think somebody pointed out, God of War 2018, they gave the release date 3 months before the game came out. I've always said 2 to 4. That's kind of my range. At least 2 to 4 months to know that the game is coming out. For these big games, smaller games, indie games, they're different. But a game like this, I would say at least, bare minimum, 2 months. And so you can't have it show up at a PlayStation showcase in September and then have it released 2.5 weeks later, right? So that was always kind of my mentality of why I thought Summer Game Fest actually seemed kind of likely. Because if you do it now and it comes out September 30th, that's 3.5 months. That's enough, you know, that actually lines up pretty well. But if it's been delayed early 2023, maybe like a February, March thing, or, you know, maybe January, but, you know, whatever, then, I mean, now it goes back to what I was saying earlier, where it's like, well, maybe it's at a PlayStation showcase now. Maybe you don't do it at Summer Game Fest. Why would you at this point? Why wouldn't you just save it for your own thing, do it at your own show in September? You have less time to wait if you announce it there and it releases in 2023 versus if you announce it now and it releases in 2023. So, you know, obviously, you know, and look, I'm not trying to, like, mislead people. I know, I wasn't kidding in the beginning when I said this has been quite the saga. I mean, literally just yesterday, we were talking about the stuff that was going online that maybe it comes out between September 27th and October 11th. I mean, I just made that video less than 24 hours ago. So it's definitely, this is not something I wanted to happen, but you know, if it does, it does. Look, I'm kind of past the point. I mean, delays do get me disappointed. I'm not going to pretend like I don't have emotion or that I don't care. I mean, delays do get me disappointed, but I don't get angry. I don't get mad. I don't say, like, I'm turning on the game or I'm not going to get the game. I mean, I think maybe I used to growing up, but I mean, nowadays, the last 5, 6, 7 years, I do not do that. You know, I mean, at this point, when it comes out, it'll come out. There's other games that'll be out in the fall that I'll be playing. Not saying it's great. It's not maybe a great look for Sony. You know, it's another example of, you say it's going to come out in 2021. That was a blatant lie in my... I've always said that. I've never believed them when they said it was coming out last year. I think they said that to kind of hype up the PS5. And that could not be true, but that's my long-running theory that I said since it was announced, okay? So you have that. Then you have it be delayed, you know, till this year, and now you're delaying it again another. I mean, it's not a great look. There's no way around that. That doesn't mean the game's gonna fail. Uncharted 4 got delayed. Ghost of Tsushima got delayed multiple times, and I think Uncharted 4 got delayed multiple times as well. You know, these things happen. All right, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go up. And I hope to see you all on the next video.